So what exactly does Sermorelin or CJC do for you? Hi, I'm Stephanie Wolff, PA and CEO of the Novus Anti-Aging Center here in Studio City, California. So I have a lot of guys who call from all over the country and they have questions about peptides because we specialize in peptides here at the Novus Center. And a lot of the questions are, what's the difference between Sermorelin and CJC? What I have to say for both of those is, let's back up just a little bit. What exactly are those? What is Sermorelin? What is CJC? Well, these are peptides. And if you haven't seen my video in the past, peptides is a way that the cells communicate with each other. You have over 300,000 peptides in your body naturally that communicates with your cells, telling your cells what to do. We talked about BPC 157. This tells your cells to heal musculoskeletal injuries or gastrointestinal diseases. But you also have peptides such as gonadorelin and kisspeptin, which stimulate your testicles to make testosterone. And then you have Sermorelin and CJC, which stimulate your pituitary gland to secrete growth hormone. Sermorelin and CJC are just 29 amino acids in a peptide chain. What does that mean? Well, in a peptide chain, you're going to have amino acids linked together. And it will be anywhere from, let's say, 10 to 50 amino acids in a sequence. And that sequence is going to look like a peptide in your body that will communicate with your cell. So it's very natural in the sense that it's going to communicate with the cell exactly the way the cell knows how to communicate. Both CJC and Sermorelin will stimulate what's called your growth hormone releasing hormone. And in turn, that will then stimulate your pituitary gland to secrete growth hormone. Now, CJC is a little bit more powerful or stronger, is the way I like to explain it. So you need less of a dose and you need it less often because it's going to actually hang on to the receptor a lot longer than the Sermorelin. So I have a handful of patients on Sermorelin and I have a handful of patients on CJC. There's no wrong or right one, it's just preference. And what I find is that if I start patients on Sermorelin, which is more of the lesser strength version, most of these patients do just fine. The other patients who have maybe been on Sermorelin for quite some time and they're noticing that they're not getting the same results, I'll switch them over to CJC. So again, there's no wrong or right reason. They both do the same thing. It's just the way that your body absorbs it or talks to your cell. So what exactly do these do? Well, remember, growth hormone is pulsed 9 times throughout the day, with REM sleep being your biggest pulse. So I can always tell when patients are starting to pulse less of their growth hormone based on their sleep. And I'll ask them, do you wake up multiple times throughout the night? Are you dreaming? Do you wake up feeling refreshed? If the answer is no to all 3 of those, then you're probably not secreting your growth hormone the way that you did in your younger years. And quite honestly, that's natural because if you think about it, we're all aging, we're all declining, our cells are declining. That's just part of the program. So why not at least let your cells communicate with each other and do the best that they can while you're still here? So what I find is that when I place patients on Sermorelin or CJC, the first month of what they'll notice is the best sleep of their lives. They're getting deep, restful sleep. They're having dreams. They're waking up feeling refreshed and ready to start the day. Most patients will actually pop out of bed or wake up before their alarm. They'll have energy all day. That's month 1. Month 2 is when they really start to notice growth of their muscles or perhaps weight loss, because growth hormone also helps repair muscle and burns fat. It helps prevent dementia by building neurons in the brain. It helps with your bowel movements. It helps with your mood. It does so many different things. So I'll always tell patients month 2 is really about muscle building. So I always think about this one woman in particular. She came into my office and she said, yeah, I'm starting to get this line that's forming on the side of my leg. And I go, oh, that's called a muscle. Yeah, that's exciting. That means it's working. And remember, the more muscles you build, the more fat you're burning. So for those patients who are looking to burn a little bit more fat, Sermorelin or CJC is a good option for you because it's releasing your growth hormone. But I also must mention that growth hormone also helps with erections and libido. So for you men who perhaps you're on testosterone and perhaps you've done shockwave therapy or you've used the Phoenix and you're just not getting to that level that you want to get to, well then maybe you should find a provider that prescribes Sermorelin or CJC and maybe add that to your protocol and see where you go next. So if you have any further questions or want to see us here at the Novus Center to discuss Sermorelin or CJC, feel free to contact us either by phone or email. You could go to our website at www.thenovuscenter.com. I hope I answered some questions and I hope that helps you. Thank you so much for watching.